Morning, beloveds. So this is my second try. My computer turned off, so I'm out here in the garden this morning, and I just thought I'd come outside and give you a little view of what is here. I don't know if you can see the old cat. He's sleeping in the garden. Anyway, this is my craziness of my garden, which I don't do much with, but I keep it a bit wild. I saw the mongoose this morning in the garden. Anyway, I just wanted to say, first of all, it's my Master's Enlightenment Day today. So I am celebrating Osho and the blessing that he has brought into my life to help me find myself and to look into the deep corners which have been hidden, the wounds, and to find the beauty in everything. He gave me the name Prem Suchira, which means love eternity, which I always think is his little joke on me, that it's okay, Suchira, you have to find everything, you have to learn to love everything in eternity, because it means love eternity. So I have to learn to love everything, and that means also not the so easy stuff. So, beloved Master, I bow my head. I can't do namaste because I'm holding on to my computer and I don't want it to fall. So with this saying, it's just, there is a bit of an illusion around that as one becomes more aware, as one becomes enlightened, first of all, that it's not possible to become enlightened. Many people think it's not possible to become enlightened and still stay ordinary. Well, actually, to be enlightened is to be an ordinary, which means that everything is there. Everything is there. The beautiful and also the not so beautiful is seen. And it doesn't mean that you can just suddenly watch it. Sometimes you're in it, but you're watching it also. And in those moments, as you become more aware, you will see more. Your eyes will open and you will see more beauty, but you will also see more of the stuff that you have been hiding from yourself, the stuff you dislike the most, the wounds in you, the old patterns that don't work anymore in you. All these things will come up to be seen from this new space of awareness. And sometimes you're just going to be in it. Sometimes you're going to be in deep sadness, and you're going to be in, we have a friend here, if you can see him. Sometimes you're going to be in deep sadness. Sometimes you're going to be in deep depression. And these things will be there. But the trick and the gift is to find small things that support you in those moments of watching. So you may be watching, you may be in it, and also you find things not to distract you, but so that you don't jump into the hole. You stop jumping into the hole. You see the hole, and you choose to, a few times maybe you'll jump into it and then you have to get out again. But eventually you will start to see, there's a hole there. I don't need to jump into that hole. And you'll find a way to either go around it or just stand and look at the hole for a little while or whatever. And it's a knack. It's very important to find small things that support you to watch. Even if you're in it, but also you can be in it and watching it in the same moment. You know, it sounds strange, but it's like there's another you watching you doing what you're doing. And as you start to watch and you start to see yourself, even if you're in these things, you will find that eventually they start to drop because they are no longer interesting, because you start to see you're doing it to yourself. You're choosing to jump in the hole. And once you're aware of the hole, then you can start to play with it a little bit. And it can be tea. And just sitting somewhere, taking your cup of tea, and just go, for a minute I'm just going to sit and drink this cup of tea. Or it might be that you just look up at the sky and you take a deep breath and you have a little think. Just for a minute you just go, oh, what's beautiful in this here now? Is it here in this here now? Is this old wound here in this here now? Is it here? Or is it just this old memory from the past that is coming in to visit to try and pull me back into the hole? And you take a deep breath and you take your courage. And this is what awareness is. The meditations we do are fantastic. Do the meditative practices if you need to. Do Kundalini, do Dynamic, do Nada Brahma, whatever it is. There are many methods. But these are methods. And eventually it will come to these small little practices where you can just remind yourself, take a deep breath. For me it used to be sometimes I would put an Osho discourse on. Not because I needed to listen to what Osho was saying, but when I went into that space of listening to my master's voice, it gave me a space of stop for a minute. So we have to find these small things that work for us. It might be going and just having a shower and letting the water run over you. They don't have to be big things, but you have to find them, and then you have to pick them up when you need them. In the moments when the demons come, it's not about pushing the demons away. It's just saying, you sit next to me, and okay, I'm going to sit with you, but I'm not going to jump in that hole with you. And you find these small things that support you. And you take a step, one moment at a time. Just one step at a time. And you go for a walk, even if it's just around the house. You buy yourself maybe a flower. You pick a flower from the floor that's fallen from a tree. You take small steps. And then you find that those old wounds that are not here in this moment, only the wound is there. The happening has happened, and we are still holding it. Now, if we choose to grab hold of it, we will bring it into this moment. We will then make it present in this moment. And in each moment, we have a choice. And I'm not saying that it is easy. I am saying that it is, if you choose and you want to do it, only you can do it for yourself. Others can hold space for you, but only you can do the homework. So my beloved ones, from out here in the garden this morning I woke up totally depressed. I woke up in a totally heavy, and my heart was sad. Because that was there in this morning. And I felt it, and then I went, okay, time to get out of bed. Time to go for a little walk. So I walked around, I came outside, I fed the cat. I picked up some flowers that were sitting on the side. And I went into a little routine of just my day. And then I decided it was nice to share this with you. I haven't made a cup of tea because I'm trying to wait a little bit later in the day to break my fast. So I have a reasonable amount of time. It's just a new thing that I'm doing. I eat early and I try and wait until later in the day before I break my fast. So I allow the body to have a time of not eating and not drinking. So I haven't had my cup of tea, which was one of my greatest gifts when I was going through this. Every time I would see the hole, I would go, okay, I'm going to make a cup of tea now. And I'd make a cup of tea and I'd step through that. Just stop for a minute and be with the cup of tea. strange thing. You will find yours. Just find what helps you. Put some music on. Have a little dance around. Something that touches your heart. Even if it makes you cry, it doesn't matter. But put something on and have a little dance. And definitely, a friend gave me this one. Look up to the sky. If you're feeling down or something heavy's happening, you'll often be looking down. Just look up. Take a deep breath and look up, and then move on. Or sit with it, but go slower. Anyway, my darlings, just wanted to share this with you on my Master's Enlightenment Day. We are all in it together. We're all maturing. But the only one that could do the walking of it is you. And I love you heaps, and I wish you the best courage. Find the tools, find those small things. Just keep coming back to the moment. Okay, what's happening right here now? Here now. Is this happening here now? No. Okay, deep breath. Next step. And I love you. Can you hear the cuckoos singing? Come in, can you hear the cuckoos singing? She was asking me the other day, she's in America looking after a friend and can't come this year, so we miss her. And she reminded me the cuckoos would be singing. It's hot season, so the cuckoos are singing. And the river's rivering. Keep walking. The darkest night comes before the dawn. So look up. I love you heaps. I hope this helps a bit.